Masiuthanda lokhu bathina akusho ukuthi kumele siphile kanjena uzojikizinto jikizinto jikizinto uzojikizinto jikizinto jikizinto snamata Panjabama asikhonwa Panjabama sikhethiwe Panjabama masakhane sizobona akusifanele njengabantu abamnyama noma sinawo kubathina akusho ukuthi kumele siphile kanjena jikizinto 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 uzojikizinto jikizinto jikizinto snamatala panjabanyama asikho
We are the chosen ones. Let's build each other. Zoe Modiga, Abantu. Valisa Flower. Fitting birth name, I would say. Umdali has brought you here so you can remind us of our godliness within. Standukbong. It looked like during the days of The Voice South Africa, it was over, but it was actually the beginning of many things that have been in the works. And a rising star sits before us. Ladies and gentlemen, Zoe Modiga. So born. I love it.
Abasebahle abantu in studio.
Ngicela sike sikhulume ngawe. When you never miss.
Angeke phela kubi nina kupheleni babahle.
You know what I mean?
Kumele sidle cash up nathi.
She never misses, I tell you. You know what I mean? But yeah, Lopsy, you came in namhlanje.
Hayi ngizamila ngisho phela must respect the lady.
Hey, mina no Isaka angazi kwenzakaleni, you know? Isaka. Asoba kahle.
Cha ba into indodakazi yaba yinhle yenza okuhle
nazi intyatyambo la. Welcome Zoe, and of course we're alongside White Star. Siyashana your White Star, and of course as always you always just bright. Welcome to Radio 2000.
Thank you so much. I'm happy to be here with you, with everyone who's listening wherever they are.
Right. Yeah. The song we just kicked off with, a very special song. You say you don't really listen to your own music.
Yes.
But on listening to the song, you thought,
Yes, Bengish. I was like, oh wow, Shane, it's not bad. Yes. It's make sure.
It's make sure. Yeah.
It's not bad.
You're on to the album Ingadegwane now.
Yes.
How's that been going?
Inganekwane has been so incredible. Around this time of the year 2020, the album came out. That I feel were very representative of the time. And I really hoped that it would be impactful. I hoped that it would be meaningful to people.
Yes.
And it was able to do that, you know. And I think finally now we're getting to the point of wanting to usher that era out of Inganegwane.
Right.
And we are preparing to release new music soon.
Tell us more.
So it's going to be beautiful. It's been a long time coming.
Yes.
I've been working on music since 2020, which was the release of the previous one.
Okay.
And I think it's the time is nearing where a new message and a new era will be shared, and I'm so excited.
Singayilindela nini?
How am I? As in Astini 2024.
2024.
But maybe there might be a little something kukhona nje mhlawumbe something
Engaphuma.
Yes.
I want to take it back to Pietermaritzburg, where you grew up, and of course a very special place for you, because kula uncele khona. That's where you absorbed everything that makes you who you are as uZoey namhlanje.
Yeah.
Akusitshele nje kabanzi ngeMgungundlovu.
Ngithanda kanjani eMgungundlovu. It is home to me. I was raised by ugogo nomkhulu there, and really
Yes.
just the entire community, which I think is quite typical of that setting.
Yes.
And I think nanomculo engwenzayo manje is very representative of where I come from. Those are the stories that I get to sing about now. So
Right.
Mgungundlovu is a very special place in my heart as the beginning of my story.
You seem to be free whenever you're on stage, and really you become this spirit almost. Ukuzibuke mhlambe from recordings when you're on stage and performing.
I do.
And what do you think?
Do you
think bengasekho la?
Yes, and I actually wish I was less critical of myself because I don't get to experience myself the way people experience myself. And I think
I see.
anyone who shares their gifting with people will say the same thing. I'm sure if you were to listen to the recording of this show, you'd have more
Yes.
more of a critical eye than you would be like, yes, Mina.
I started
Mina. I wish I could be kinder to that, but I think
Yes.
it's an important part of what I do, being able to see it's okay, this works and this doesn't. But for me, what really is so magical is being on stage in real time.
Yes.
And being able to receive the audience and the spirit that they come with, knowing that everyone is just here for the music and to
Yes.
have a transformative time. So that's what I lean more towards.
Shining a White Star with Zoe Modiga, of course, our guest. And we're streaming this over Facebook as well as YouTube. Radio 2000_ZA. Here's your freedom. Lebo Matos. Something special. We'll talk about it on the other side.
Okay.
Let's enjoy the song.
Be free. Be free. Be free. I spend my time alone, lost inside my thoughts. Spend my time at home, I need to get away. Be free. Find it hard to smile, nothing's making sense. All the things I lost, I miss you by my side. But I wanna be free.
is the sounds of Boom Shaka. Free, and of course, leading this one, Lebo Mathosa. What can you tell us about Lebo Mathosa and possibly the influence thereof that she's had on your musicality or your life, maybe?
Oh man, Usis Lebo. My only regret is that I never got to meet her and to interact with
personally.
her and to learn from her personally.
Yes.
The first time I saw her on stage, they were doing a performance. It was a huge lineup.
Yes.
Kona Notami somewhere in the Val.
Wow.
And it was the first time I saw her. She was wearing a white garment and tassels. So when she was jiving, the garment was also jiving like this. So unfortunately, that was the first and the last time I would see her before her untimely passing. But there's definitely an influence. What? I mean, I'm a 90s baby, and as a 90s baby, we really had such incredible examples of what a superstar is.
Yes.
And so these were the people that we were emulating. Maslala nge roll on, pretending it's a microphone.
Yeah.
She was one of those people that just embodied that energy. I don't even know if it still exists in this day and age, that superstar energy, you know. But
that
obviously,
we saw in Fasi before,
exactly,
Lebo Mathosa as well. Yes.
But I mean, a trailblazer, not just with incredible vocals, but also in the group Ipumshaga along with Sis Tembi as well. An incredible fashionista.
Oh man,
someone that was just so influential in Ukleta Band.
Hold that thought. We'll talk about Lebo and more after this.
Celebrate Mzansi's musicians with White Star. When it's time to shine, shine on get White Star.
And of course, we're celebrating Zoe Modiga just before we continue with the conversation. The 2023 second semester registration at UNISA's Thabo Mbeki African School of Public and International Affairs, the TM school, is now open. Register for advanced courses such as diplomacy studies, Koni intelligence management, as well as policy making and analysis, amongst others. It's the Thabo Mbeki School, training leaders to solve complex problems in Africa and beyond. For more information, you can visit the website www.unisa.ac.za /TM school. UNISA, define tomorrow. All right, so the conversation was around Lebo Mathosa.
Yes.
There must be others who've inspired this wonderful lass that sits before us, Oshana General White Star.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So many incredible people. Lebo Mathosa, obviously, whose song we just heard now.
Yes.
King Ta, Sisimpe Dana, oh my goodness, Nina Simone, Mamire Makeba. No Beyonce, Nkohla,
Ngekasale Beyonce.
Oh, just so many incredible.
I was just telling Lonwabo earlier that I saw something on some platform where someone was just trying to reenact a typical Beyonce show.
Yeah.
Kula, 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 kula. And then there are moments where she's just still for 30 seconds. And then flicks her hair, who scream. Or changes position, go scream. And I'm just saying, like, the power thereof, isn't it?
That is a power.
Yeah, it's a power.
That is like the superstar.
Yes.
That's the thing that
Godlike.
I find so aspirational.
And you spoke about being a 90s kid, and I think as a fellow 90s kid as well, when you were speaking, I noticed that we were so lucky in that most of our superstars were women.
Yes.
Which is very rare in many industries, in many, we're so lucky that we could identify with women that look like us, that were black, and that were winning on the highest of levels.
Absolutely. And it is a great privilege to have been able to emulate from people who look like us.
Yes.
I think there's an added power with how this is me. I'm on that stage when this artist is on that stage.
Right.
Absolutely.
I mean, the fact that you never chose the easiest path. You do standards. You're calling or when we look at in 2020, we were struck by you being a spyeni, and looking all of that. What through everything you've been through, does it ever make sense now? Does it connect to where you are?
Can I be very perfectly honest? It does not. Sometimes it does not make sense. Sometimes I wonder, I try to make sense of this journey and this path that I feel God has chosen for me. Yeah. There's so many times and days that are rewarding when I feel like, okay, I have my footing. Things are making sense. I am inspired by why I do what I do. And then there are times where I'm like, what is going on?
But what sustains you then?
I feel for me, being able to have conversations with people who have walked this walk, whether that is people that come before me or whether that is peers, because there's something so unique about it that sometimes you just need advice from someone who understands what that means, And I think maybe I also get strength in knowing that my experience is not unique. There's so many incredible musicians before me who have landed into victories and challenges, and I'm not going to be any different from that.
Do you recognize this peer? Oh, I'm going to need you to put on your headphones, actually.
Sure.
But I'd like to thank you and I'd like to celebrate you, Sister Pina Mdagama.
Yeah, bo.
Thank you for your healing. Thank you for sharing your healing with us. I listen to your music almost every week. I feel like there's a certain softness and intent within your music and your storytelling. And I feel captured by you when you are live on stage, because I can see it and I can feel that you are there and you're giving yourself to this gift that keeps on giving. So, Ngiyabonga for your sisterhood, and thank you for your friendship, and thank you for staying real and staying true to you. My queen, I celebrate you. And I love you so much.
My queen!
And I know for a fact that darling will decide on a time where you and I get to do a body of work that speaks to the soul and that speaks to the people that receive it.
Oh, Bagiti. What an incredible oh no, you see, I was really trying to not get emotional about it, but Ubuhlebe Ndalo is honestly one of the most incredible, realist people that I've ever encountered on a human level. And I think especially in her music we're able to see that spirit shine through. Someone who is so incredible in what she has to say through her music. We've been able to see and appreciate her journey since The Soil, which she's still a part of, and going into her own sound and her own messaging and the ways that she's able to impact us, So being able to hear that is so... It makes me so emotional because I actually care about her deeply as well, as an artist and as a human being, and I lean on her a lot on a human level as well. On a human level, so
it's beautiful to hear.
I wish I could articulate that.
And I guess her name says it all.
Yeah, exactly.
Bendalo.
Oh, Bagiti.
Seba Kapstad.
Yes.
Tell us about that collective. And I think that collective was responsible in molding the Zoe Modiga that sits before us here.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, Isaba Kapstad. Sihlangana in college.
Yes.
This is in Cape Town.
Yeah.
It is myself, it is Manana, my Swati friend who's a part of the collective, also a Grammy-winning songwriter.
Oh, wow.
He hates it when I say that, but
Musho.
yeah. So there's him,
Yeah.
and then there's Sebastian Schuster, who's a composer and bassist, who's the founder of the group. And at a later stage, our friend Phil was also part of the group.
I see.
And it really has just been about us coming from 4 different perspectives, with the 2 German brothers.
Yeah.
Manana as a Swati friend and myself as a South African coming, showing what happens when a world gets to be made from people who come from different parts. What stories can we tell? What ways can we express ourselves?
Because Manana, in his own right, he's carving his path now so beautifully.
Excuse me?
Isn't it? Woo.
I call him the king of romance.
Right?
He is, yes, Manana. Even when we do our Seba Kapstadt performances, hey, abantu besifazane are losing their minds.
They
And
lose
I'm
their
like,
minds on stage, I guess.
Because I'm also protective over him. Yes.
Ubavimbelana.
Very overprotective over
Bayifunela
him.
umanana, hawu.
Shaya umuntu, mina ngidlali.
Ladies and gentlemen, Zoe Modiga in our company right here. I'm ready 2000 Our Music Your Memories. This is the Drive Connection. Mnisi Nkohla, Lopsy, as well as Isaac. She's gone 1:30 the hour, and she sticks with us until the top of the hour, 5 o'clock. For now, though, let's get some headlines with Ondel.
SABC News. Independent and impartial.
Thank you, Paul. News headlines at 4:30 on Radio 2000. Residents living on the periphery of the Komati Power Station in Middelburg in Mpumalanga are accusing government and the Presidential Climate Commission of failing to properly consult them on the transitioning of this coal-powered station into a renewable energy hub. And the case against suspended Chief Magistrate Desmond Naya has been postponed to November to allow him to make representations asking the court to have the matter withdrawn. And former President Jacob Zuma says people of Zimbabwe have been resilient despite the challenges they have encountered. A full update follows at the top of the hour.
Get it first on your mobile, on the web, and on your dial. This is Radio 2000 Sport.
Good afternoon. In your sport, Steve Mkasi, the president of KZN Athletics, made a heartfelt plea to runners, urging them to adhere to the rules in the road running to safeguard the integrity of the sport. Mkasi, who also serves as a board member of Athletics South Africa, stressed the importance of familiarizing themselves with the race regulations. He cautioned runners about the risk associated with submitting false results. Unfortunately, there has been an alarming increase in athletes attempting to cheat their way through prestigious races by manipulating their record at times. Mkasi warned that any transgressors would face severe penalties. Here he is with more.
We are now entering a phase where athletes will be qualifying for the Two Oceans 2024 as well as the Comrades Marathon 2024. We are pleading with our athletes to please not allow themselves to fall prey to the temptation of getting people to qualify for them to run these 2 races.
On to football now. Eswatini head coach Dominic Kunene believes Namibia will provide a stern test in their latest Group A COSAFA Cup tie, with the 2 nations set to do battle at the Chatsworth Stadium tomorrow evening at 6 o'clock. As it stands, Eswatini are yet to record any points in their 2023 COSAFA Cup bid following their opening day defeat to Botswana on Wednesday. Namibia, on the other hand, will hope to go one better than their opening 1-1 stalemate against South Africa earlier this week. And challenging Bafana at the Kings Wellington Stadium on Wednesday, Elmo Kambidu gave Namibia the lead in the 43rd minutes. However, their lead was neutralized early in the second half as Rowan Heeman managed to get his name on the score sheet with a 48-minute effort. In the meantime, Mozambique will square off with Angola in the 2023 COSAFA Cup Group C match at the King Goodwill Zwelithini Stadium this evening at 6 o'clock. The Mambas secured a 2-0 victory over Rwanda away in a 2023 AFCON qualifier on the 18th of June as they snapped their 5-match winless run across all competitions. However, Mozambique are winless in their last 2 matches in the COSAFA Cup, having registered 2 consecutive defeats against Namibia and Senegal. In tennis now, Alexander Zverev says he's happy with his fitness despite having to wait longer than expected to reach the third round at Wimbledon. The 26-year-old second round match with Gisbroa was delayed due to rain, but he finally managed to get on court and won 6-4, 7-6, 7-6.
The tournament starts when the tournament starts. I think, for further matches, it's not going to be easy because the big difference between here and normal tournaments is that we're playing best of 5 sets. So I think if you have to play, 2 or 3 or 4 back-to-back 5-set matches, then at some point it is going to get difficult.
And finally, in cricket, Bangladesh named Litson Das captain for the remainder of its ODI series against Afghanistan following this week's shock resignation of veteran opener Tamim Iqbal. Tamim broke down crying while announcing his immediate retirement from the international cricket on Thursday, the day after he led Bangladesh in a 17-run defeat in a rain-hit first match of the series. His emotional press conference in Chittagong followed scathing criticism from Bangladesh Cricket Board President Nazmul Hasan, who called Tamim's professionalism into question for playing the match despite admitting he was not 100% fit. That's where we leave it. Be back with final sport headlines at 5 for Radio 2000 Sport. I am Lonwabo, Nkohla.
Rob's got the latest in traffic. Rob, what's going on?
On air, online, and on your mobile. This is Radio 2000 Traffic.
Very good afternoon. Galuli's interchange on this Friday looking very busy. Doesn't matter which route you're on. The N3 south from Edenvale, north from Germiston, N12R24 routes in from the Ekurhuleni side. All very slow getting into and through the big interchange this afternoon. The M1 through Midrand looking generally okay. Busy but moving is the call there. There is a crash on the R55 at Crowthorne. If you're going north towards Olivino Bosch from Kyalami, expect some delays there. It's been another jam-packed day on the run into Pietermaritzburg coming from Howick. It's just a single lane open for roadworks at Sadara, and with the weekend volumes that has pushed the traffic queue right back as far as Merivale, just on the southern side of Howick is where you'll pick up that queue. Cape Town, some rain about to do. Drive carefully, rain arriving and set to remain for the weekend. The M5 Kubo going to change down to the Kenilworth Racecourse Road exit is slow, and a lot of traffic jamming through Mitchell's Plain. The R300's busy between the N2 highway and the M7 Jake Scoville Drive junction.
Drive Connection.
So far you've gotten me falling.
We're sitting with Malay alongside White Star. Hashtag shining a White Star. Hashtag keep shining.
Look at the most popular sing-along that's local. And yeah, obviously, it makes every big girl smile in a way. And I mean, the song Chimsoro actually reminds me of Malika. I don't know in a way, but yes. So is that ring from Chimsoro? Is it African or?
Yes, Kipina composing in Tate Leslie Mohoti, Remita Tate Dodo, a very wonderful old man based in Soweto who comes from that area. Dipina Mamira Mageba. Kiena Mutu behind Binekarin Chimsoro. You make my heart go as well. He's the composer there.
Connection, 3 to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday on Radio 2000 with Paul, Isaac, and Lonwabo.
At our insurance qualifying clients get up to 5 million rands insurance without having to go for insurance medicals, no paperwork, no waiting approvals. SMS live to 31715 for an insurance life insurance quote. One call is all it takes. That's live to 31715. SMS now. Insurance Life is a licensed insurer and FSP. T's and C's definitely do apply.
Celebrate Mzansi's musicians with White Star. When it's time to shine, shine on your White Star.
Isegazini lento ne?
Isegazini.
Utani basegazini.
Iyayithandela nje ukuthi ibe seyazini. Ayizami. Angicela injengoba injani.
Ingaphakathi kuwena lento.
And kufanele kanjani? Sithi.
You know, I often hear stories where you're not necessarily performing, but you go and see your peers performing, and there'd be like jam sessions, and you'd hop up on stage and do this, that, or the other.
Yes.
It's important, right, amongst you peers to be able to have that camaraderie within the music, I think.
It is.
Yeah?
Because our experiences might not be exactly the same, but I think
Yeah.
we relate in this walk very similarly. We have the same struggles, insecurities. We can share in the same victories. So I think when we're in the same space, there's something very powerful about that. And I think artists are there to reflect the times. So when artists are all gathered in one place,
Yes.
and we're all reflecting times and still creating memories with each other,
beautiful
that is
thing.
a beautiful thing.
That creative process. Uyiqala kanjani? What pops first? Uzwani?
Oh my goodness. Yes, Mina, it can be different things. So sometimes it can be a melody by itself.
Yes.
I'll be driving, mhlawumbe angazi ngizobe ngiyaphi ngiyiphaphela ngiyaphi.
Going nowhere slowly.
Going nowhere slowly. And
Yes.
then something is like, oh, la, or mhlawumbe
Wow.
and then it's like I maybe have to take a voice recording very quickly. Oh my gosh, because I don't want to
Right.
forget this idea. Konje banothi ngathi ingelos usisinokwazi, you know,
Yes.
the powerful vocalist.
Yes, yes, Nokwazi, yes.
So we were joking because we were in a songwriting session recently, and she was saying kumnandi ukuvakashelwa ingelosi. So that's what a music idea feels like, not to vakashelwa ingelosi, but you have to take a record of it quickly. So you know,
Right.
uzofaka nje ku voice note, okay, ngicule the idea, and then maybe when I get home, it is a thing of then trying to find the chords that go along with it.
Right.
So even for another song, mhlambe fana no inchi nenkani, vele ngidlala intethe. And then I'm like, oh. What do I want to say here? Hi, asibasabi sabafuna. Oh, that's a war cry. Hi, asibasabi sabafuna. And then I remember with this song, actually, now that I'm playing it,
Zoe.
there's a part where it's like inchi nenkani
Yes.
abasabi lutho. I was speaking as though I was observing them, and then I was like, no, but I'm part of
I'm
it.
part of it.
So much time, man. Inchi nenkani asi sabi lutho ngoba ithina lawo nabantu abalalelayo will be able to identify themselves in that.
Right.
You know. So
Indeed.
yeah, so these songs take on so many
Beautiful.
shapes and forms.
A beautiful process. But I guess each gem that comes to you, there's you know, it's got its own journey that it presents itself to you.
Yes.
Song, that is, isn't
Yes,
it? Yes,
absolutely. Absolutely.
I love that. I love that.
Absolutely.
It is Zoe Modiga with White Star. There's another peer. Glad you got your headphones on.
Really?
Zoe, oh my goodness, thank you once again for honoring me today, for honoring me always, for always extending your love and your support to me. It's always been felt. It's
guys,
always been
making me emotional.
even in times when I needed it more than I actually realized. So thank you so much for being that person. I appreciate you so much. I think your artistry, your vision, your intentionality, just your essence as an artist is so reflective of the human being that you are. And I'm very grateful for the way your excellence has extended both to your art as well as your humanity. Ungashinji, Zoe, I hope that your heart will forever stay as pure as it is, and that your light will just shine brighter and brighter, because we need you in this world. We appreciate you and we love you. Thank you, Zoe. The world is shaking. Siyabonga, I love you.
As for shaking.
So what's Kitlaga's matones? Wow.
Eskanandi.
Eskanandi Slim. Uhle kwengane ikhala eliphalishi Nkosi yami.
Sicela ukuthi ngiyibone kushaka ilembe. Ngiphihle sikanandi.
Oh, she must be so dear to you, Tandintuli, pianist extraordinaire.
Yes.
She sings like an angel as well. And of course, just your peer in this music, isn't it?
Absolutely. I adore Uthandi so very much. We speak regularly. We advise each other. She's the one that got me into yoga. She was like, yes, oh, you might really like this thing.
Really?
I think you should really look into it. And I've been doing it for a few years now. I've appreciated the spirit that she is and the messages that she carries. I know one of her songs, Cosmic Light, is one of my favorite songs. You know, it keeps me going. I adore her so much, you know. So thank you so much, Thandi. Thank you, Butlebendado. It's really so amazing to also just be loved by your sisters in music, you know. Because sometimes it can feel very isolating and very lonely, but there's a very particular space that I think a brown woman can see themselves in this industry. So I love these two women so dearly, and I'm so thankful, and I'm so annoyed that you guys made me cry on live radio. What is wrong with you guys?
And we're streaming as well. Tulunga Kali, please Sula Zonyembes. Oh, Zoe Modiga. Shining with White Star. Ah, there you go. Isaac. Oh, the gentleman in Isaac. Only gentleman,
It suits you.
It's Radio 2000. Let's give you an opportunity to have a chit chat if you'd like with Zoe Modiga. 086,2479, 086,2479, or that voice note number 060-584-2250. I want to get back to this offering that you're going to unleash in about. I'm trying to probe you now. 2024 or something. What has been sort of the mindset going into this?
Oh my goodness. It's been a spiritual journey.
Yeah.
In every sense of the word. And I think that's one key word I can say about the new body of work is that it really is a spirit journey. I think we've carried a lot with us in the past 3 years, and we've had to live on autopilot because but there's so much pain as there is joy that our body holds. So I think I believe this body of work is definitely going to speak to that, you know, and looking for something bigger. Hey, asingazama bandla, but angifuna ukujumpisa because kusafanele ngiyabona I must still just ngivule isango lalawo ma conversation now. But there's a lot of ambitious collaborations that I am hoping take place.
She doesn't want to reveal too much.
She doesn't. You can see with her eyes. But I want to check with you. Does it matter how often you release your music, or when it's there and it's time?
I think when it's there and it's time. I mean, there are times I am a creative being and I'm constantly creating.
Yeah.
So there is that element sometimes where I really do wish I could release more music more often. But I've come to realize that, and I am a songwriter, so I'm able to write songs for other people and get into their minds and all of that as often as possible. But it's a lot of me learning. It's a lot of me being curious about things. So kumele ngibe umuntu ofundayo ukuthi ngikwazi ukuthi ngithumeke ngalomlayezo abanginike wona. So I think that takes time and takes a lot of patience that I sometimes don't have. But it's very rewarding when I see the final product and I'm like, okay, this is why. This is why.
You talked about experiencing loneliness at times when we're playing that Tandintuli clip.
Yeah.
You know, as a musician, some look at you in awe. Rock star, she's on stage doing her thing, her career is flourishing.
Yes.
But you talk about that loneliness, that void sometimes. Take us into your confidence around that. What do you experience?
My goodness. I think loneliness can take in many different shapes for me.
Yeah.
On the one end, as much as I am a musician, I'm also a human being. And I've come to realize that I hope to be a decent human being. When I leave this space, I hope that you guys have a beautiful feeling around me being there as a human being.
No umoya uvumile.
Yabona umoya uvumile. Kodwa ngesinye isikhathi kuba khona lento yokuthi you feel like the only thing you have to contribute is just your gift, and you wonder if people would appreciate and love you outside of that, because is Pio has eyes, is Pio brings attention to you. So I always wonder, outside of music, would I still be impactful in the world? Sometimes there are disappointments. There are very constant disappointments in the industry. That some people will never get to see, but you kind of have to take that in stride, and that can be a lonely space. Siseko Lilana, this is everyone is digging up gold, and sometimes that means people aren't prepared to nurture genuine relationships, and people just want to social climb with each other. When ufuna connect, even if it doesn't mean anything in terms of my career, I just want to get to know you, kind of thing.
And that's about that.
Yeah. So I mean, there's a lot of things that contribute to loneliness, but I think I'd like to look at the loneliness as an important part of creation, so that I don't think I've figured everything out and I'm not operating from ego, but I know that there's constantly an opportunity to work through the loneliness and to be able to impact people's lives, hopefully, on the other end, And I think the best songs to hear are the ones that are sung by people who've lived those moments.
Yes.
So if you've seen Dark Times, ingoma nje iyakshaya le mawuzi ukuthi lo muntu has also seen the shadows and is able to bring those experiences into the light. Now we born with, okay, it can't be so bad. I'm not alone.
What's the distance between Mkungundlovu and Newcastle?
Hey, boy, Zangas. Hey, come to think of it, Zangas. Kwenziwa in Newcastle.
Namangas. I was just asking. It was just something that, because someone is on the line, Ukazozo, who's out in Newcastle. So I was just wondering. I was just wondering what the distance between.
Mkungundlovu.
Kazozo, hello.
Kunjani?
Siyaphila Nkosi yami, kunjani?
Ikhona.
Ngiphethe intokazi la uZoe Modiga.
Kwasazana kunjani?
Saba.
Hey, yaqhuma indoda.
Engaze ngashayi. Senginamehloni manje. Saphila njani?
Ngiright, Paris, ngiright, mama.
Yeah.
No, I just wanted to say ukuthi I'm proud of my work. Like I'm a main fan.
Yebo.
Yeah, nami I'm a musician myself, but nje umunye wabantu engifisayo ukusebenza nabo.
Oh wow, siyabonga kakhulu.
Isathi ukusebenza nabo kwakho umuzwa kithi kodwa nje nasemqulweni.
Yeah.
Kazozo.
Yeah, like you uyangiblessa.
Oh, siyabonga.
I'm sorry ukuthi guitar. Can you please do the acoustic version yerengoma yakhe ethi abantu bamnyama before you leave?
Oh, okay. Mhlambe ngashaya u2 seconds.
Yeah, ngashaya nje u2 seconds. Sibonga kakhulu Kazozo out in Newcastle. So madade, dada namadada. Hello, hi. Mantwa?
Hi.
How are you?
Hello.
Hi, baby. So I'm driving, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I didn't get the number. And I phone around, I make the contact, and you know who knows who gets me into this. But I just wanted to say, when I first saw you singing that song at the Sandro competition,
wow,
and I saw you one more time, I remember me and then a lot of jazz people were circulating. My skin is black. I remember that song going on and on to an extent that when I saw the original singers doing it, and I was like, Daniel, you need to see Zoe Modiga doing this song.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Lovely.
Siyabonga.
Beautiful young person. And as a producer of the festival, we ran a train. I drive a train, and without going back home like you,
Thank you so much, Umandwalo, in Johannesburg. Malik is out in 4 ways. Malik, talk to us. Hi. Zoe's here.
Polly, how's it going?
We're good, thank you.
Hi to the gorgeous lady in the studio.
Hello to the awesome person who's talking.
Hey, Paul.
Yes, sir.
Ubata
munyala. Shapa proposal ki yo mna uting. Agir.
Ay, ubata munyala yana buat mela kona. Babata khomutsa fena ibani.
Yeah.
Zoe, beautiful voice.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Akina Mandri. I just want to say to you, keep up the good work. Keep on keeping on. May God bless you.
Thank you. May God bless you too. Thank you.
You keep up. Thank you, darling.
Oh,
there you go, Zoe.
Hey, Baggy, it's because
and that's the trip around the Drive Connection.
My goodness, what a beautiful trip. We are just being in the window seat. The scenery is great
it's
here.
It's great, it's amazing, it's warm, it's comfortable.
It is. Oh, siyabonga, Baggy.
So we would like to thank you so much for taking the time to come through and just letting us in and the listeners just on this journey of yours, which I feel, and I've always said it to you, I feel like you've just scratched the surface. That needs to come from you, because I believe we participate and so whoever about participate have still need to realize what you do when you're out there doing your singing, writing your music, gracing the stages. So we thank you so much.
Sibonga kakhulu. Siyabonga. It's always so beautiful to be here. Ngathi ngisekhaya and ngathi sonke singaqhubeka sithumeke ngalento esinike ngalezipho lezi that we've been given, you know.
These gifts.
Yeah,
I love the word ukuthumeka. You know? Story
for another day.
Ngayizwa.
Hey, juleka.
Asiye. Uthelza menzela 2 seconds.
Yes, ufuna abantu.
2 seconds yani.
Konje qala kanjani le ngoma?
Ake ngikukhumbuza. Oh, nazo.
Oh no, that's incha.
Nine.
Oh, but I don't have my capo, so it's in the wrong key.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
There you go.
Inhlupheko iyadabukisa. Ayisifanele njengabantu abamnyama. Noma sikulesimo thina akusho ukuthi kumele siphile kanjena kuzo jikizinto kuzo jikizinto Snamacala Banta bamnyama Asikholwa Banta bamnyama Sikhetiwe Banta bamnyama Masakhaneli sizobona jikizinto.
Zoe Modiga.
Celebrating Mzansi's musicians with White Star. When it's time to shine, shine on, get White Star.